Imagine this. You're sitting beneath a massive tree at dawn. The air is still, cool against your skin. Around you, the world is quiet, but inside, your mind is a battlefield. Doubt creeps in like a shadow. Temptation whispers your name. Fear stirs just beneath the surface. And yet, you stay. You breathe. You remain still. Now, picture this. By sunrise, you'll have conquered the deepest fears of the human mind, not with violence, but with clarity. You'll awaken to a truth so profound, it will shift the course of human history. This isn't a fantasy. It's the story of a real person, a seeker named Siddhartha, who would become the Buddha. And today, we're going to sit beside him, under that Bodhi tree, and witness the moment he touched the earth and touched the infinite. Welcome back to the Wisdom Mind podcast. I'm truly glad you're joining me today. You know, sometimes in life, we reach a point where we're searching for answers, for meaning, for a way to ease the suffering we or others experience. It's in these moments that stories like the one we're about to explore can offer profound insights. Today, we're delving into a pivotal chapter in the life of Siddhartha Gautama, who would become the Buddha. It's a story of perseverance, inner battles, and ultimate triumph, not over external enemies, but over the demons within. So, find a comfortable spot, maybe grab a cup of tea, and let's journey together under the Bodhi tree. After 6 long years of wandering, studying, and practicing extreme asceticism, Siddhartha found himself by the serene banks of the Narendra River. He was no longer the sheltered prince who had left the palace. His body was emaciated, weakened by severe fasting and relentless penance. At one point, he had pushed himself so hard, consuming barely a few grains of rice a day, that he nearly drowned while bathing due to sheer weakness. Realizing that self-torture wasn't the key to enlightenment, Siddhartha accepted a humble meal of rice and milk from a kind village girl named Sujata. This act wasn't just about nourishing his body, it symbolized a turning point in his spiritual journey. Strengthened and with renewed clarity, he chose the middle path, a balanced approach between indulgence and extreme austerity. On a full moon night, Siddhartha sat himself under a large Bodhi tree, vowing, "I will not rise from this spot until I discover the truth to end all suffering." The air was still, charged with a strange intensity. This was the moment of reckoning. As Siddhartha's mind turned inward, becoming calm and radiant, dark forces gathered to oppose him. Māra, the Lord of Delusion, the embodiment of our fears, temptations, and doubts, could not bear to see Siddhartha succeed in finding liberation. It began subtly, with Māra whispering doubts into Siddhartha's mind. "Who are you to seek such lofty truth? You're just an ordinary man. Go home, Prince. This quest is impossible." Haven't we all heard that inner voice of doubt when striving for something important? Siddhartha remained unmoved, recognizing these thoughts as mere distractions. Frustrated, Māra summoned his army of demons. In Siddhartha's mind's eye, a storm clouds gathered. Ferocious, horrifying creatures appeared, their red eyes blazing. They hurled flaming rocks and spears at Siddhartha, yet the Bodhisattva sat utterly still, deep in meditation. As the weapons hurtled towards him, they miraculously transformed into lotus petals and fell harmlessly at his feet. The power of Siddhartha's compassion and equanimity acted as a shield. The demon's violence simply could not touch the profound peace of his heart. Māra changed tactics to temptation. The angry army vanished, replaced by Māra's own daughters, magically transformed into exquisitely beautiful maidens. They danced and beckoned, trying to lure Siddhartha with promises of pleasure, power, and glory. These temptations symbolize the lust and distractions that often pull us away from our goals. But Siddhartha's mind was steadfast. He had not left his palace years ago to fall prey to desire again. With serene dignity, he acknowledged the temptations without yielding, and the enchanting visions faded away, powerless. As the night deepened, Māra became enraged and desperate. Finally, he challenged Siddhartha's right to seek the ultimate truth. Māra thundered, "This seat of enlightenment belongs to me, not you." His ghastly soldiers cried out, "Prove you have the right." In response, Siddhartha reached down and touched the earth with his right hand, calling on the earth itself to bear witness to his countless past efforts in pursuit of virtue and understanding. In legend, the earth goddess rose to testify, declaring, "I bear you witness." At that moment, Māra and his forces fell silent. The ground shook, and Māra knew he was defeated. This dramatic scene represents Siddhartha's inner victory over ego and ignorance. He had called upon his deepest resolve and integrity, and nothing now could deter him. The night grew still. Siddhartha continued to meditate with unwavering concentration. He turned his awareness inward and entered progressively deeper states of mindfulness and insight. It's said that in the last watch of the night, as the morning star appeared in the sky, true understanding dawned in Siddhartha's mind. He saw the nature of existence with pristine clarity, comprehending the cycle of birth and death and the causes of suffering and its cessation. In that profound instant, Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, the awakened one. He had discovered what would later be called the Four Noble Truths. 1. Life as we live it involves suffering. 2. Suffering has causes like craving and ignorance. 3. It is possible to end suffering. 4. There is a path to its end. The moment of enlightenment wasn't a blaze of glory visible to the world. Outwardly, the Buddha was simply sitting in deep silence under the tree as dawn broke. But inwardly, he was flooded with unshakable peace, bliss, and understanding. He gazed at the Bodhi tree and the brightening sky with a gentle smile, feeling compassion for all living beings still trapped in sorrow, just as he had been. According to stories, even the birds and trees seemed to sense that something magnificent had occurred. The world, for a moment, felt quieter, brighter. The Buddha had conquered Māra not by force, but with wisdom and love. After his enlightenment, the Buddha spent several weeks near the Bodhi tree, appreciating the truths he had found and contemplating how or even whether to teach it to others. It was a truth so subtle and profound, he wondered if anyone would understand. Ultimately, his deep compassion won out. He could not keep such a treasure to himself when so many were suffering in darkness. He decided to spend the rest of his life walking from place to place, sharing the insights of the path to liberation. So, how could we faith our own Māra? For us in the modern world, the story of the Buddha's enlightenment under the Bodhi tree serves as a powerful metaphor. We all have our own Māra to face. Our inner demons of fear, self-doubt, anger, and temptation. Notice how Siddhartha's greatest battle wasn't with an external enemy, but within his own mind. In our lives, when we strive for a meaningful goal, be it personal growth, breaking a bad habit, or creating something new, it's often our inner obstacles that truly challenge us. The Buddha's example teaches us the value of perseverance and presence of mind. He didn't conquer negativity by aggression or avoidance, but by understanding it and staying grounded in compassion and truth. When you face moments of doubt or strong temptation to give up on something worthwhile, remember the image of Siddhartha calmly touching the earth as if to say, "I have a right to pursue this goodness." We too can ground ourselves in our past efforts, our sincerity, and call on inner strength when fear and temptation arise. This ancient story assures us that even the darkest night gives way to dawn,
and that by confronting our fears with wisdom and compassion, we can emerge victorious and find our own form of awakening in this life. The Buddha's victory is a reminder that enlightenment, or in more everyday terms, profound insight and peace, is possible for anyone who earnestly seeks it. Thank you for spending this time with me exploring the profound journey of Siddhartha under the Bodhi tree. May his story inspire you to face your own challenges with courage, compassion, and unwavering determination. Until next time, stay mindful and be well.